Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and the tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is Six of Vessels in Reunion. And we talked about this card in the past. The thing that I like about this card is if you look at that hill and the three stones, it kind of reminds me of the creativity card. But this one's got the water coming out of it, and as I look at this and I think about, the creative energy of the stones versus the water energy, that the Six of Vessels. Those Six of Vessels are floating there like, they've got lights in them and just floating on the water, and, they're kind of clumped together. And, the trees where that water's coming out, to me, that water to me that's coming out of there is just, it's pure, filtered, clean, drinking water, which to me is, when anything's pure and clean, that stands for, white light. It stands for refreshment. It stands for rebirth. It stands for revitalization. Just a whole cleansing aspect. All right. And, the trees themselves, just the roots, to be able to, drink that water that's coming through there, it's just helping with their spiritual growth and, the natural growth as well. So this card pretty much represents affection and love, reincarnation of love between soulmates, as they get back together, or, they reconnect. There's sort of that reunion. Whenever I think of reunion, I think of family get-togethers, whether that's Christmas or birthdays or 4th of July, things of that nature. Reunions of friends. Every time I go out to vacation in Hawaii, I love going out there. I'm so in touch with the island, but the thing that's good about that too is I reconnect with everybody, that I've have out there, all my friends and things of that nature. And I do like going to some of the spiritual places. I go up to the birthing stones on Oahu, and I like to spend time up there because of, for me, that is a kind of a reunion. One of my spirit guides, Kavehi, that is with me, he was a guard at the birthing stones back in the day when the Hawaiians were there. And I've seen some great visions and gotten some great information from the spirits that are at that birthing stones, just guide me through life. And so it's a touching place for me. The elders with the trees around it, the stones itself, and it's just a very, for me, it's a very peaceful and serene area. Where for others, it's a lot of tourists that come in, and they don't understand it. They see it in their book. Oh, let's go do this, and then they don't understand the culture behind it. So, for me, whenever I go to Hawaii, and it's even going to the Big Island, it's a reunion. Going up to Volcano and spending time with Pele, that's a reunion to me. Spending time with my world tree, that's a reunion to me. So, I like getting back together and getting my soul back in touch with nature, with my total spirit. And, I feel at home there. And I know a friend of mine, that feels the same way when they go to Jerusalem. They really feel at home there in Israel. When they went on the tours and stuff like that, I can't remember where they stayed, but they told me that we really felt at home here. We felt at peace. We felt at ease, and that's usually a past life experience when something like that happens, where you're just comfortable and you feel like you've been here before, and you could turn down a road and just see things and understand it. It's like, I've been here before, and I really enjoy that store over there. I really enjoy that eatery. That's a past life experience coming back and reminding you of that reunion that you had, many, 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 many years ago. So sometimes the purpose of this card may be to complete unfinished business and to teach new lessons. Okay, and I'm a very firm believer that the people that come into your life when you need it the most, whether it's high drama or whether it's low drama, Okay, the people that are in your life at a certain time are there to help you learn something, and you're there to help them learn something as well. Whether that's strength, whether that's pain, whether that's, give them a hand up versus a hand out. Okay, being there for them, being supportive. Okay, being there to, help them through a medical issue, or provide some healing. But at the same time, okay, it's not a one-way conversation. It's not a one-way energy conduit. The universe has put you together for a reason. Whether if that's just, a brief smile, a brief hi, how are you doing? Or if it's just, something that transfers between the two of you. Okay, and it could be a group too. I remember going to a class years ago, and we were in this class, and I remember talking with this guy, and the guy said he didn't believe in this stuff, but when we talked, and as I got in tune with his rhythm, we were on a ship together, and he was the same way on that ship. He didn't believe it. All right, and this was like back in in the colonial days, and it was more of like a merchant ship than anything else. It wasn't like we were on Columbus sailing over, but there was that brief reunion that we had because we had been shipmates. All right, and he didn't believe in a lot of stuff back then, and I was kind of open to stuff back then as well. So to me, that was unfinished business. Going to the class really taught me a lot. But what it did for me is that gave me some unfinished business that I was able to close out with this guy. All right, because reconnecting with him showed me that this isn't the first time I felt this way. There was a reunion, okay, of how I felt with this guy in this class many, many years ago in a past life on this boat. All right, and even though he was the same, he didn't believe in it. Just reemphasized to me that there's some value to the class. Okay, it may not have been value to him, but I kind of explained to him. I says you have to be open to the experience. If you're not open to it and you're closed, then you're closing yourself off to the universe and all the blessings. So I passed my message on, and the message that he passed on to me was, you are doing the right things. It kind of validated and confirmed where I was at. So I'm a firm believer of when people come into your lives, they come into your lives for a reason. A lot of times I don't know what that is. The universe doesn't tell me, hey, tomorrow you're going to meet so-and-so. But yet, the people I work with, I've worked with before. I've seen visions of people that, I've worked with in past lives, some negative and some positive. All right. I know that as I continue to do my spirit's path, my spiritual path, my journey moving forward, that, the strands of energy that I leave behind are positive. The love that I have for everybody is positive. And, I may have negative emotions and negative feelings, but everybody that I come in contact with, I try to love and move forward in that love. And leave, that pure resonance behind me. Sometimes this card could also mean a coming together of comrades or friends. And, I take that into that past life situation too. That when these people come into your life, whether it's this life or 17 lives before that or 100 lives before that, somewhere down the line, you've had that camaraderie. Somewhere down the line, you've had that opportunity to become loyal friends, to be there for themselves, be there for others. And, it's very interesting that when you get into a flow of energy and you focus on past life situations, how connected you are with that in your loyalty, in gaining new friends. And, you may not realize it until later on in life, but the people you connect with all have meaning, all teach you a lesson. This could also be a reunion with your true nature, becoming more in line with spirit, becoming more in line with the universe. Okay, so when you meditate on past issues, you gain new insight and you gain new wisdom. All right. And every time I look at a card, okay, and I do my readings, you know, I ask myself that question. It says, okay, what am I to learn from this today? How is this going to benefit me in my day-to-day operations, whether that's the 6 of Vessels or the 4 of Vessels, like we talked about yesterday? By focusing on and meditating on the card, meditating on that reunion, it's a process to help clear out and heal us and give us some of that empowerment to move forward. You know, yesterday we talked about that 4 of Vessels where, you know, she's bored. She's got nothing to move forward. This card right after that tells me that, you know what, if you're bored and you don't want to be in the flow, you're going to miss out on opportunities. But if you get into that flow, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to rekindle some reunion that's happening, whether it's getting to know yourself a little bit better, getting to, you know, hey, you went out with some friends, rekindling an old relationship, all right, looking at a project differently, you know, and saying to yourself, you know what, let me try this aspect. You know, maybe what the boss is asking me makes sense, okay? Look at that opportunity for self-improvement. Look at it to clear out the negative beliefs and bring in that positive energy to move forward. Once we do that, we heal within ourselves or gain that knowledge or gain that wisdom. We become empowered to move on the information, okay, that's presented to us. We are then reassured of the spiritual path that we're on. And when I see this card, I look at it and I say, okay, there's a reunion. What is that reunion? You know, it could be family getting together. It could be me being in alignment. It could be me looking at, you know, what's happened in past lives. How does this, a new relationship or a new project, you know, have I gone through this before? I remember reading a book years ago about, I think it's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And one of the things in the book was, you know, if you want that knowledge, ask for it. You know, if you want to, you know something, you know, ask Abe Lincoln or ask Ben Franklin. I think was the, you know, examples he gave me. But you can always ask Spirit. I could always ask Kevehi, you know, what was going on in the birthing stones back, you know, when King Kamehameha was there. You know, I can ask my friend Angela, who, you know, was there at the time of the transition. You know, I could ask Bob, you know, hey, what's going on? You know, I can ask Claire, you know, to give me more clarity, things on that nature. So by becoming more in line with Spirit, by becoming more in line with your true nature, in line with the universe, talking with your guides, you gain that sense of empowerment, that sense of wisdom, that sense of knowledge. And, you know, when I see this card, I focus on that. So leave your comments down below. That's today's card, the 6 of Vessels reunion. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit longer than usual, but, you know, when Spirit gets into a flow, you know, I go with Spirit. So this is Dee from the Spirit's Path. Hit that like button for me and subscribe to the channel. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.